Obviously we can cut this first awkward bit out. You've got tea on your tin. Hi and welcome to the Big Sis and Little Bro Making Show. I'm Jess, I'm the Big Sis, and I live in Oxfordshire with my husband and my daughter.
And I'm Jack, I am the Little Bro, and I live in Oxford with my partner. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome or welcome back to everyone who's watching. Thank you so much for watching. We're absolutely delighted to have you here with us today for some yarny chat. Happy autumn to all of us who are having a lovely autumn day today. Happy spring to anybody who's got the opposite side of the world. I know we've got some lovely viewers down under who have got their spring happening at the moment. Got some lovely viewers across the world with different weather, so I hope everyone is either warm and snug or keeping cool and calm. No, that sounds wrong.
Yeah, just to echo that, we had some lovely comments from all over the world, didn't we? And I was really laughing at some of the comments on how to deal with second sock syndrome.
They were excellent, really good. A lot of people do 2 at a time, as it turns out, so we are going to try. I might try even with my next pair of socks. Feeling brave.
I am too, because there was one suggestion, of course, that I just get 2 lots of the needles that I use.
Yeah, a lot of people
Brilliant.
Just, I think it's kind of concurrently, I think people say, rather than having to deal with both on the same long needle, which scares me a little bit, just having 2 sets of needles. Genius. And we had some really awesome playlist suggestions as well, didn't we?
Oh, we did. And just a reminder, the link to the playlist is below.
We should be up to date,
but there's always room for more.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's just really lovely to share something with you.
It's really nice. I often put it on when I'm doing a little bit of knitting in the evening. It's very cosy and lovely. So thank you so much for all your suggestions. Yay!
Yay! Have you finished anything?
I have. Well, I was going to shout out first, I'm not wearing knitwear today, but just for any of us who love, it's getting awkwardly familiar, isn't it? Anybody who loves Gilmore Girls, I am repping for Gilmore Girls today with a Gilmore Girls sweater on, because I was going to wear some knitwear and then I was actually a little bit too warm, so I've put a nice loose sweater on. So if you see that's a really awkward angle, isn't it? I've got a nice little Stars Hollow top on. But yes, I have finished some things.
It's also quite Christmassy.
It is quite Christmassy. Yeah.
There's snow and fairy lights.
This is clearly our what's the word? Thumbnail.
Yes.
For the episode.
So.
Finished things,
yes.
So I finished 2 things. One of them is the socks, which I had started last time. The lighting is much better this time. I feel like that's a lot more true to colour. They're a little bit darker than that, perhaps. They might be blowing out slightly in the beautiful autumn light. But these are the, let me just find my notes, the DK Weight Vanilla Socks. Oh, thank you, model. By Kay Litton. It's a great pattern. I think I said last time I'd struggled a little bit to find a DK sock pattern that was tight enough. And this seems to be really, these fit my feet super well. They flew off the needles. They were...
Can you remind me about the heel?
Yeah, so I think we both do a shadow wrap heel normally on a fingering weight sock, but actually this one came with a heel flapping gusset. So you can see here, it's a slip stitch one. So it has, like on each knit row, I think you slip the stitches. It's a free pattern, so I'm hoping it's okay to give that away. And then you do decreases along here, and then you're just not even that many rows down the foot. The yarn is Riverknits. Thank you so much to the person who told me how to pronounce it. So they left a wonderful comment, which we'll try and screenshot here. But apparently there are 2 pronunciations depending slightly where you are. It's Nene or Nene. And they left a very funny comment, which made me laugh out loud. So that's the yarn by Riverknits in the colourway Red Squirrel. So very autumnal, nice squishy pair of socks. You might see later that this pattern is becoming familiar. What about you?
Well, so I haven't finished any of the objects that I've been working on since we started podcasting, but I figured this is a good opportunity to show off some of my previous FOs.
Or what I called faux past, which I thought was a really hilarious You obviously didn't think it was hilarious. A little pun for you all there.
I like faux pas. Yeah, so these are some arm warmers that I have been reminded of. I'm going to pop one of them on.
I'll cover my face with the other one.
So these are
very nice.
My own sort of adaptation of the Podster gloves by Glenna C on Ravelry.
Very
also
nice.
A free pattern, and yeah, I mean it's a very adaptable pattern. I just did up to the fingers, and then I thought, you know what, I wanted it to be something I could type with, so I didn't want the finger bands, so I just
And it looks like you've got a kind of gusset for the thumb.
Yeah, there's a nice thumb gusset, and it's yeah, I found it really enjoyable to knit, not least because of the, is it Schoppel-Wolle yarn? I will put that on the screen and in the comments below.
It was a valiant attempt. I don't know how to pronounce it.
But yes, those of you that know these yarns,
it's kind of colour changing yarn, isn't it?
It's really lovely colour changing yarn. And what's really cute is on the label they've got the little colour, how the colours change. Like
yes, I thought you were going to say the little cat on their icon.
Yes, the little black cat, so cute.
Yes.
So these are an FO that I was reminded of when I got cold and put them on.
And they're 4-ply, aren't they? They're very soft.
Actually, I think they are they 4-ply?
They look 4-ply or sport weight, possibly.
Yes, I think they might be sport.
Very nice.
What's your next finished object?
So my second of 2 finished objects is another little hat for my daughter. So a cute little bit of colourwork here. So I used the numbers from the same Tin Can Knits Prism hat, which is the one with the little dots that I did a couple of episodes ago, I think. This main colour yarn it's blowing out a little, but it's actually a really nice, it's an acrylic. It's Stylecraft Highland Heathers. I think it's in the Loch colourway. I'll put it below. The label's upstairs. Well prepared. But it's an acrylic, 100% acrylic, but it's got really nice little notes of sort of purple and teal in there. It's a very nice, for an acrylic, it's a really nice kind of workhorsey yarn. And the white is, it's just some scraps that I had, some scrap acrylic. It's probably would have been either Hobbycraft, the Women's Institute, or I sometimes use, there's a paint box yarns, which I sometimes have some of in stash. But the colourwork pattern was from the Doodle Knit Directory, which is the book that I recommended recently on an episode. So again, we'll link that down below. It's a really fantastic book with just a whole load of charts that you can kind of build your own colourwork. So I just did one chart here, one chart there, and then by the time I'd done both of them, it was time to do little decreases. Cute. So this whipped off the needles in a couple of evenings, if that. Really satisfying to do little knits like this, and yeah, just another one for winter.
It's really sweet. I love the snowflake pattern.
It's cute, isn't it?
Oh.
Obviously it doesn't fit on my head. What's in the whip pile?
Well, actually, I was going to ask you what was in your whip pile.
Thank you. So I have got 2 of the same things I had before and one little new thing. So I have made some progress on my West Yorkshire Spinners socks. This is in a little needle case from Jo Pickle Lily. It's lovely. As always, we'll link everything down below because this was really, I know I've talked about this before, but it was a real game changer when using DPNs, because now I'm much less likely to just drop all the stitches off them. So I've turned the heel on this sock, so I just need to, this is very tricky to show at this point. I just need to whiz down the foot and do the toe, and then make a second sock.
So last time you showed this, I think you hadn't got that far beyond the mermaid tail. So you've done amazingly with it.
Thank you. Well, this is usually my commute knitting, and I just kept forgetting to bring it on my commute. So it hasn't had quite as much progress as I'd like. I think I said last time as well, this cute little mermaid tail is from Castle View Yarns in an advent that I got, I think, 2 years ago. But yeah, I love Jen at Castle View Yarns. Her colours are beautiful.
Oh.
So yeah, we're just about on the foot for that. Jack and I went out to a comedy gig last night, which was wonderful. And I thought I would be able to knit all the way down the foot at the gig. And then the lights went down. It was pitch black.
It really was.
I just thought, possibly a little risky to go down the foot without being able to see almost my hand in front of my face. So yes, that's that. This is in West Yorkshire Spinners Bo Peep Luxury. It's a 4-ply. I'll just tuck that little end away. We all know me and ends. And the colourway, she says, looking quickly, is Bubbles. Very cute.
Cute.
That's why I put this on, because it's a little nautical theme.
Yes, watery. Very nice.
Yeah.
And the socks are for you?
There. Yes. I'm not nice enough to knit for other people. That's not true, actually. So here's the second ball, which I did liberate from my stash. I had a slight panic that I couldn't find it at all. I was going to have one very small sock. But yeah, that's very nice. Commercial yarn, not expensive. But I mean, to be honest, if you did contrast heels and toes and cuffs, I'm sure you could get it out of one ball. But I'm also quite funny about it. I like them to really match with the colours. So that sometimes means winding off little bits.
Oh.
What are you working on in the whip pile?
Also one that I mentioned last time, but just to quickly flash some progress with it. So I think I had got partway through the ankle.
This is your second sock, isn't it?
It is the second sock. And I'm now at almost at the heel, but not quite. As ever, I will be doing the shadow wrap heel because I was doing.
Yeah.
But I have waffled on about this quite a bit in previous episodes, so I'll keep it brief. But that is my progress thus far.
Lots of progress.
You do your next one.
Okay. So the next one is my Mountain Mist jumper, which we've all seen hundreds of times. I've got to a slightly weird place with this one, where I have finished one sleeve, other than I'm at the very end of the cuff. So I realised this morning, I was like, oh, I finished a whole sleeve. I very nearly finished a whole sleeve. But so I've got one little bit of rib to go, but that sleeve is essentially done. But because I got bored, I think, or possibly because I decided I needed DPNs and they weren't downstairs, I actually cast on the other sleeve. Well, not cast on, sort of picked up for the other sleeve. And there's some weird I don't know what I did when I did these stitches on Told. Something terrible has happened several times in this round. So there are like some weird, what has happened there?
They look like big stitches.
Yeah, they're really weird. They're not properly dropped stitches, but some funky stuff clearly happened. So I'm going to just fix that in post-production, as it were. But yeah, I've made quite good kind of start on that. Sorry, I just hit you in the face with it. With this sleeve. So that was... that first nearly finished object I think will definitely be done by next time, because I've basically I'm on the decreases for the sleeve, so I've just got to power down this, finish that little bit of ribbing. Loads of people wrote really nice comments about better bind offs for the bottom of my sweater, and so I think I'm probably going to undo this bind off and redo it. There was even a crochet one mentioned and some other stretchy ones, so thanks so much everyone. I'm going to have a look through those options, and I'm probably going to rebind off the bottom because it does look a bit, what's the word? Rubbish, I think is the word I'm looking for. So that will be finished next time. And
wait, the bottom looks good to me. What's wrong with...
No, it's very flary.
Oh, flary, okay.
And just a quick shout out again, I'm keeping this in a beautiful bag here, which I've kept the label on to show you. We did show this once before. This is by, it's blowing out. This Lizzie Sews. She extremely kindly gifted us these bags. They are really, really beautiful. They've got, I talked about this a little bit before, a kind of stiff, a metal opening that holds itself open. It's really useful in order to be able to get at things when you're knitting with them. It holds so much yarn, and Lizzie has been away, but I think it's now back. So if she's open for orders again, we'll put the details below of how to order from her. We highly, highly recommend these bags. So well made. She was so lovely.
I love the polka dots inside as well.
Yeah, so. Really, really cute. And she has so many different designs and fabrics, so absolutely check her out. Really worth ordering a bag from her. And the yarn I'm using is Drops Charisma in various different, mostly teals. Again, they will be listed down below. Ooh, just nearly dropped my whole pile of stuff. A hard recommend, as the kids say, for her bags.
We're so street.
So young, so hip. I think that even saying hip makes us incredibly not young.
Yes, so, yeah, actually, I haven't done the sleeves yet, but I wanted to show you the rib at the bottom, which is now kind of double where it was.
Yep, much longer, much better.
And I'm thinking that's probably the right length.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of rib there. It looks like it's not going to fold up.
Even though it's flaring a bit.
It's only flaring, I think, because it's on big needles. Okay. So, but it's a really good length now. Thanks so much to everyone. I think we had unanimous comments saying knit it longer.
Thank you so much. That was really helpful because I get a bit dithery by this point in a project and I'm like, am I going to mess it up?
Cast off and be done. But no, it's looking really good. The yarn is...
Yes, it's Serdar jewel spun acrylic. And really warm. Actually so warm that I'm going to have to take it off through the magic of...
Ta-da!
What's your final whip for us?
I just think we're so professional. I think that's what keeps people coming back. So my final whip, well, it will be no surprise. I think I spoiled this really earlier. I've started another pair of Kay Litton's DK Weight. Why can't I remember the name? DK Weight Vanilla Socks. It's not a difficult name to remember. If Jack looks a vastly different colour now, it's just because he had a massive coughing fit because I made him laugh.
And spit out my tea.
The power of my humour. With great power comes great responsibility.
Or great spilt tea.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
See what I did there?
So this is the DK Weight Vanilla Socks by Kay Litton. The same pattern that I used earlier for my autumny ones. I haven't got hugely far on this. Some would say I've only done the cuff. So I've done the ribbing and I'm just on the foot. These will, again, probably be a really quick knit because they're DK. I'm using, she says squinting, 3.25mm needles. I think the pattern may be for 3.5, I can't quite remember, but because my socks are always a bit loosey-goosey, the DK ones normally, I think I've gone for this slightly smaller. Then I'm now saying that, wondering whether I should have used a 3.5 and they're going to be too small. Never mind. The yarn is, so this might be helpful for our viewers in the Southern Hemisphere and possibly less so for the Northern ones. But this is a yarn from New Zealand, which is Countrywide Yarns Natural 8-ply DK. I could just cover my own face. And very topically, actually, I bought this yarn on holiday on my honeymoon in New Zealand, which is also where all of these photos behind us are taken. New Zealand, I'm sure many of you, if anybody's from there, don't need selling. It's the most incredible country, so beautiful. Everyone we met was incredible. Well, yeah, exactly. Everyone we met was so wonderful. And they have more sheep than people. What's not to love? I bought so much yarn when we were there. So it just has numbers for the shade and the dye lot. So I realised that's not hugely useful. Very sorry. But it's a really nice... So the 2-ply is just one colour each. I think these are natural undyed colours because when you look in the ball, it doesn't look... dyed. It just looks like two completely natural colours that have been plied together, one brown and one white, and it's coming out in this really nice sort of heathery, speckledy thing. I'm kind of visualising like a pair of kind of chunky walking socks.
Yes, and so that's quite like shallow for a cuff. Are you gonna knit more, or are you doing?
Yeah, I just mean I've done the rib.
Oh, I see.
And then I'm gonna go down the leg.
Yeah, no, so you're done with the ribbing.
I've just finished the ribbing and done a couple of rows of the like full leg. So yeah, that's probably gonna as soon as I finish the Mountain Mist, be my sort of quick evening knitting for a few days just to sort of get those off the needles. And then I've got some exciting new projects and patterns which we'll talk about in a minute.
Ooh.
Before we do, Sophie, you look really confused.
Yeah, I was really confused. I wrote my notes in shorthand and I don't know what any of them mean.
Sophie is what's next.
So, you had an idea for this one.
What can I say? Full of great Obviously some rubbish ones as well. So I wondered how you document your knitting. In terms of which project you're doing, how you keep notes on them. What do you do?
Well, I'm quite digital in my record keeping for knitting, and that's because I do my knitting all over the place and often don't know where the things are that I need. But if it's on my phone or on my laptop, then at least, you know, I don't have to keep track of a notebook or something. So yeah, mine is Ravelry. But that said, I like pen and paper, and I think like all my notes are pen and paper, so I don't know why I don't actually do that for the knitting.
Well, I think because of all the excellent points you've made, which is that if you're knitting in a cafe or on the bus or something and you want to make a quick note of something, then it's obviously online. So that makes a lot of sense. You are quite analogue in a lot of other ways. Jack has beautiful notebooks, don't you?
Well, oh God, I mean, they're just... I can get too precious about them because, like, when I was bullet journaling, it's just ludicrously over-perfectionist. But talking of notebooks, how do you document?
Well, hilariously, you've just sort of dissed notebooking. And so, with absolutely full disclosure, this is what I used to do. What I currently do is nothing. So I don't really have any very good records at the moment, but I always intend to go back to what I used to do, which is have a notebook. And what I basically did was have a page for every project. Really sadly, this is a sweater I made that it was one of my first Colourworks, and I didn't understand that when you pick up floats you shouldn't do it on the same stitch of every row. I thought I should do it on the same stitch of every row, and I had really big kind of dips each time, and also, let's be frank, it's now much too small. So it's a completely finished garment. It's actually beautiful, other than it's got these kind of little ridges. But not to go on about the garment, I would normally just put sort of some dates, some basic information, do a little pick, and if I had it, put the label in, and sometimes I even put bits of yarn in. Yes, oh, that one's gone. One moment, please. And because I am a bit like you and perfectionist, I tried to sort of match my little tape in the corner to the socks. Sometimes I put a bit in if I needed to.
It's so cute.
Darn, these socks make me a bit sad actually because they are too small and I knit them in a really tight gauge. It was the first yarn I bought from Finland, which is, other than New Zealand, probably my spiritual home. I would move to Finland in a heartbeat. But those socks, I need to just, you know, accept for myself that it probably isn't a pair that's going to be worn very much. So yeah, each of my pages just had something like this. I'm thinking maybe a fresh start in 2026 to start a new notebook with another, because I've got lots of pages that are sort of half finished. Lots of little socks. There is my beautiful Litmus Cow by Judah Stranded Dye Works. And I don't know if it was in our house move or at some other time, but I think I've lost it.
Oh, but that also is the beauty of the hand-done notebook, is that
you can
in doing the drawing, and yeah, you can flick through it, you can remind yourself of things, and you do have a creative record of what you've done.
And the other thing I was going to say is sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed by my stash, and I like to write little lists of sort of what I've got in stash that I've got like plans for. So a while ago I just did this little watercolour of some sweaters that I wanted to make. So I actually had the yarn for almost all of these. Amazingly, I know, don't judge my stash. For almost all of these, if not all of them actually. I think other than that I don't have any white for the background of this, I have minis for this. I think I've pretty much got the yarn for everything. And I used to have this on my wall, and I'd like to put it up on my wall again. But it was just a nice sort of little inspiration. And I've actually, you might recognise the Mountain Mist here. I've made, this is a lento that I've made. I've actually just,
love that lento.
I've just frogged the beginning of this cardigan because it wasn't bringing me joy. A fingering weight cardigan at this point in my life. Just don't have time. I'm going to make a slip over instead. And I've made, this was a beekeeper cardigan. I made a fade sweater, which I sort of bodged the pattern. Don't do that, kids. Miraculously, it just about fits. But yeah, so I've actually made quite a few of these. This is going to be a single molt by Maxim Sear. I think this is going to be another Lento. This is a Colourwork, possibly the same designer as that yellow jumper I mentioned from my notebook. So it's just nice to have sort of different ways
so lovely. And that's
keep
like
hold of it.
A little snapshot of what you want to work on and what you are working on.
It's kind of inspiration. I will say though, what's good about yours is that, for instance, if you were making 2 sets of DK socks, you'd know what needle size you'd use for the last pair. Whereas I'm now thinking, oh, did I actually use these or did I use the next size up? So it would be more useful to have something kind of more concrete like you've got.
Although you did also touch on the trickiness of maintaining these things, and whether it's paper or digital, I do struggle to... I go in phases where I will be all in for, maybe a couple of weeks, even a month, and then months can go by where I've forgotten that I was ever doing the thing at all. So
there's a neurodivergent potential issue here, I think, which, so for me, it's a thing called object permanence that we've come across. I think that's what this is called, where if something is not essentially in your line of sight, you sort of forget it exists. And that's what happens with my notebook. It's not that I'm thinking, oh, I should fill in the notebook, I can't be bothered. It's that I just forget it exists. And then I move my study around because I get bored, and then I find the box. I'm like, so there are some things to go over. There's some hurdles sometimes in keeping things up.
But I wonder whether our lovely viewer finds that as well.
Yes.
How do you keep track of your projects? If you do, I mean, obviously, it's not actually necessary to keep track of everything, but...
In a way, no, but it's also a nice record. Like, I know sometimes people will do, like other podcasters will do like a yearly roundup and things like that, and they say, I've made this many pairs of socks and this many, and I think, I've got no clue. Absolutely not the Scooby-Doo. And it would be quite nice to know sort of at the end of each year, maybe, how many projects have we done, or some people do sort of yarn in and out and things like that. I think that would make me very sad this year in terms of stash acquisitions. But it's definitely, it can be quite inspiring maybe to look at future plans, but also quite nice to see sort of achievements.
And I find that actually when I look at other people's roundups and achievements, it's inspiring, isn't it?
It's really nice. It's the bingo board that I've mentioned a little bit before, and I'll do an update on maybe next time, is another way to sort of keep a bit of inspiration and see that you've made some progress.
That would be fun to see that again, see how you're doing
Nearly
with that.
Nearly there.
From Knitosophy seamlessly onto swag.
Yes. We thought, because we often have quite a lot of swag, and I don't know if everyone who finds it interesting to just watch people flashing new yarn that they're not yet using. We thought maybe because we've got a bit of a backlog. I've mentioned I went to Amsterdam and went to a couple of yarn shops. We've sort of seen people and bought various bits of yarn, done exchanges and things. So we thought what we'll maybe do is, as we start to use them, or once we've got a plan for them, we'll show them to you. So yesterday I bought some yarn which I'm probably going to cast on almost immediately, because I bought a pattern recently, which we'll put a picture of here because I bought it digitally, which is, I think it's called the Sophie Hood. So it's a petite knit pattern. Funnily enough, we often, when you watch podcasts, everyone knits loads of petite knit, and I'm sometimes a bit like eye roll, and now I'm doing it, so sorry everybody. But it's a hood version of the sort of Sophie scarf, so it's quite a simple pattern, but it's got a little bit of clever kind of short rows, so there's a little curved bit that you can just pop over your head. But I've also then bought red yarn, and I jokingly said I'm going to look like Little Red Riding Hood. And now I'm slightly worried I will actually.
I think it's going to be so cute. And
it's not a colour I normally wear, so I'm a little bit sort of nervous about it, but I think hopefully it will go with my colouring. So they've got 3 50-gram skeins of this. This is the Axis yarn from Lily Kate Makes. I believe she is a designer, possibly even a podcaster as well. It says worsted on it, and I think you're supposed to have a DK, but actually looking at this, I would say that looks like, if it is a worsted, it's quite a fine worsted, I would say. This looks like DK. They've mentioned using 5mm needles, but I think I would be fine on a 4.5 or a 4. I can't quite remember what the hood requires, but because it's not a garment or a sock or something, it doesn't quite, you know, the gauge, I think it can be a bit more, you know, sort of tailored to what you've got. And so this is 90% merino and 10% suri alpaca, so it's very soft. It was actually pretty, it was really affordable though, because what I was looking for was something not sort of super expensive, just because it's an accessory rather than a kind of big garment investment. And the shade is Caldera. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So it's a lovely, it's coming out pretty true, possibly a little bit brighter. It's a kind of very berry red. It is maybe a little bit more like that, but it's quite bright, but it kind of heads in a pinky purple direction rather than an orangey direction. And because I head in a pinky purpley direction, I'm hoping that it will go well. So that will be probably on the needles by next time. And then I've just bought a couple of extra patterns as well. So one of them is, again, this is what I mean, it's another petite knit pattern. So this is one that many people have done, which is the Stockholm slipover V-neck. I think I'm entering a slipover era because it feels like a quicker way to make a garment. So watch this space.
Also a cooler in terms of temperature way as well. I mean, I know even trying that third eye sweater on earlier, I was baking and that was without sleeves. So yeah, it's nice to have the option of layering a bit more, isn't it?
Transitional pieces for season changes. Yes, and then the other thing I bought, I don't have a physical pattern again because I bought it online, is Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. Many of you, I'm sure, have come across her. She does something every year called Knit Vent, and I have never done it before. Usually, I'm not really a mystery knit along kind of gal. I like to know what things are going to look like in advance. It's in no way a control freak tendency. But I've made a few of her patterns before, and they're always really beautiful, and they're very well written. And I just thought there was an early bird discount. I'm going to go for it. It talked about scraps. We've said before, we've got lots of scraps. We've had some great scrap recommendations, so I took the plunge. And the first pattern has come out, and it's an interesting square construction shawl. So I'm going to be casting that on soon as well with some scrappy yarn.
Ooh.
Yeah, exciting. Swag-wise, you were going to maybe show yours when you start the project.
Well, yeah. I mean, essentially, I get really excited about my stash when I'm going to knit with it, and I think that might be the moment to share it when it's feeling like it's on the verge of becoming something.
Yes, so we will flash the stash next time you're going to use some. Tell me about your 3 nice things.
Oh, well, I'm going to be unoriginal here, but I see the 3 nice things as just things that have personally cheered us up recently, and therefore I'm going to just say that I have loved watching Celebrity Traitors.
Yes, yeah.
I am not normally a Traitors watcher, but here in the UK they did a celebrity edition, and so I thought I'd take the plunge. I really enjoyed it, and we've just had the finale aired last week, didn't we? So
no spoilers here.
No spoilers, but that's been something I've really enjoyed. Not least, I mean, I'm not the first person to say it, but Claudia Winkleman's like knitwear and style on that show.
Her general wardrobe is
brilliant.
Mad, but she can definitely pull it off.
This is the thing, like, I like watching that because I'd never be able to pull it off, but I think
you could definitely do that white tulle skirt. I think that would be great. Very David Rose. Yes, no, we watched it as well, and again, similarly to you, I don't watch normal Traitors, but it was very enjoyable. So I don't know if it's available all around the world, but if it is, definitely worth a watch. There were some full national treasures on there, weren't there? There were really like high kind of A-list celebrities. So
well, I know there's been some different versions around the world.
Yes.
I wonder if they've done celebrity versions in other countries.
Let us know. Yeah.
Let us know. And what about you? What's your first?
So, as is tradition, I broke from tradition last time. I don't think I did this, but normally I always start by recommending a podcast. And this time I'm recommending a homespun house. So that's Molly, who runs a homespun house, which is actually a dye company as well, like a yarn dyeing company. But I think they have a Patreon as well, but they often at the beginning of their videos have a little sneak peek of some of their sort of lifestyle Patreon clips, as well as the sort of knitting content. And it's very sort of soothing. They're often quite short, and she often just do like a 15 or 20 minute little just episode where she sits down and chats to you about her knitwear. She knits a lot of socks, and she really she must be a prolifically fast knitter, because she gets through a lot of
envious.
Yeah, exactly, a lot of socks very quickly. I never know how she does it. But it's very sort of, it's good kind of autumny content. It's very snuggly and cozy. She lives with her family in Germany, and they often sort of at Christmas go out to markets and things like that. So it's cozy viewing, and it's one of those podcasts where I feel it really doesn't matter whether or not I would make the same things as her. So sometimes she uses colours I maybe wouldn't put together necessarily, or she makes something which might really suit her but it would never suit me, but it doesn't take away from the content. I think it's always good to watch things that actually sort of take us out of our comfort zone a bit. And sometimes there are colours and I think, oh really? And then after a couple of minutes I think, yeah, that looks great together. It's just that kind of opening our minds a little bit from the sort of status quo, that we don't want to just watch people doing exactly what we do.
Totally.
I don't think anyone does exactly what we do. We're a unique brand.
We do what we're supposed to.
So yeah, really
that
really
sounds great though, and I agree with you entirely about watching things that are different styles or things that at first glance I might assume wouldn't work for me, but actually opening up to them is great.
The white tulle skirt will be in here next week. What's your second one?
My second one is actually a tea that you gave me, which I think it's pronounced Shibu. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. That's the brand. They're actually based in Edinburgh.
Oh, lovely.
A small tea company. But the one that you got me is Vanilla Rose tea. It's absolutely lovely this time of year. Just that kind of autumnal, slightly sweet, slightly floral, really nice.
That sounds delicious. I don't know why I gave it away.
Yeah, the tea is lovely. So I've been really enjoying that and eking it out. I might have to get some more actually.
Or just go to Edinburgh.
Yes.
The logical next step. Lovely yarn shops in Edinburgh. Well, that leads very nicely onto my second, which is much less sort of highbrow and lovely than yours. It's just we are in the season of flavoured coffees in coffee shops, not just the sort of obvious main chains, but I'm a real sucker. I quite like a pumpkin spice latte, but we're heading more into, now we're in November, into the sort of Christmassy ones, and sometimes you get like a maple pecan or a eggnog or something. Essentially, a lot of them are sort of cinnamon or allspice, kind of warming flavours. Yeah. I'm here for any kind of gimmick like that. It makes me feel a bit seasonal and cozy. Yeah, just really enjoying. Sometimes someone gave I can't quite remember who it was. Someone gave a hint to sometimes maybe ask for one. Is it like a pump of the syrup instead of two? Because sometimes you can eat, like, they are really sweet sometimes.
Oh, that is good.
So sometimes you just want a little bit of the flavour, but not quite so diabetes inducing. So that's a tip that I have yet to try, I have to admit.
Nice.
But yeah, just a nice cozy warming drink sometimes is.
That's so lovely.
What's your third nice thing?
Well, it all ties together in a way, because which we didn't, but we should have.
Don't let them in.
Like yesterday when we were wearing our matching knitted socks.
Yes, I thought we should put a picture of those on social medias.
So my third one is sorry about this, but M&S do chocolate covered custard creams.
Yes, M&S, for anybody around the world, Marks and Spencer's. It's a probably quite a highbrow sort of department. Is it a department store really in the UK? But they have a food, M&S Simply Food.
Which always makes me feel a bit fancy pants when I go in almost exclusively to get the biscuits. But I pretend that I can shop there. And they are just really, really nice. And I suppose what I'm saying is I'm enjoying all of the coziness. And I keep looking in the wrong place. The camera's there, isn't it? Yes. So I've been really possibly enjoying those too much, but
I've weaned myself off. I accidentally introduced them into my family, and they got scoffed very quickly, which is quite right too. They're very delicious. So if anyone is able to get hold of them, we highly recommend.
Although I will say, there are only like 6 in a pack. Yeah. What's that about?
It's really unrealistic, I think is the word we're looking for.
What's your third one?
Well, it's also food related. It's for anybody who has a small child. So you got this, I think. This is a brand of bibs. Now, this may not look like a bib. This looks like a full garment. And it's still slightly wet because we had to wash it this morning. Because, you know, live in use. But it's a company called, and again, I don't know how to say it, Bibardo, I think maybe. They often have a really good sale on, like different offers on. So if you are someone with a small child in your life who eats messily, it's worth checking out their sales, especially I guess before Christmas. They have lovely prints, but it's a really big kind of smock, and it even has a little band around the bottom which you can tuck around their high chair. My child is going through a phase currently where she likes to pull her rubber bibs off halfway through dinner and fling them across the room with food going everywhere, and it's incredibly annoying, and a wonderful developmental stage, I'm sure. But this, she cannot get off. It's got poppers at the back as well, so it's not, most of them sort of have just a little hole and a bit that pokes through, which she can totally get out of. But she cannot undo the poppers on this, so she's stuck in it. And it's great because it goes down over their sleeves, so you don't have to worry about them, you know, when they're feeding themselves, sort of swiping their sleeves into their dinner. I believe it is probably a worldwide brand. If it's not, I'm really sorry. But I do recommend it. It's got really nice fabrics, lots of different cheerful patterns, and it's been really, really helpful for us. And it folds up. I've done this very badly, but it folds up kind of really quite small. So you can chuck one in a bag and take them out to a restaurant with you. And because it goes over the whole tray, you can then just sort of scoop the whole thing up, and it's washable, and it's a machine washable one as well.
Brilliant.
So you can scoop it up, empty all your bits and bobs of dinner out, and then straight into the washing machine, which is where this probably should have gone this morning.
I love that. Obviously, I do.
Well,
I chose it. But there were lots of cute patterns as well.
They're really nice. Yeah. That's us for today. Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thanks for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. It all helps. Yeah, we love to have you here. You're just all so welcome. As always, we love your comments. We love to hear from you and see you. People sometimes say hello to us if we kind of in real life we meet people. We met someone, this wonderful lady at the Oxford Yarn store yesterday. She was so chatty and friendly. We really appreciate it when people come and say hi. So yeah, thank you so much, especially to our lovely viewer who said hello yesterday. It won't be yesterday by the time this comes out because we need to edit, and by we, Jack.
Lots of editing. We will see you again really soon. Yeah, and do keep your playlist suggestions coming, your pattern suggestions, and let us know what is making you feel cozy.
Yeah. Tell us some of your nice things. We'd absolutely love to hear. And if you've made it to the end of the episode, is there like a cup of tea emoji, like a tea or a coffee? Is there a cup?
There's a little cup of
Perfect. So if there's, if you've made it to the end of this episode, send us a little cup of tea emoji. We love to see you all kind of watching. It really warms our hearts. So thank you so much. Have a lovely few weeks.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. You're way higher up the screen than me.
Yeah, why?
I think you're just taller than me.
That's weird.
Oh, well, that could be a nice outtake. Oh, wait, I need to look up the yarn.
And I'm just going to edit out this bit where I clear my throat.
I feel like you're looking over there. Okay, we're looking there, aren't we?
Oh, should we restart?